we have up next?
A station.
God. I was gonna say God of War.
Yeah. What is this?
What's under the ice? Man, look at that boy.
Like a wolf.
Oh.
Whoa!
That's a big wolf. Whoa! Look at the controller.
Cool. Huh, a controller. Skin. Whoa. Okay.
Jesus, I'm in the trailer.
Not today.
Damn it. Fuck you.
No, maybe.
Who
That's
all
cool.
here has played at God of War?
I have.
A God of War or the
This
newest
new
God of War?
God of War.
No, someone's playing again. There's
Keep
more.
going. Technically, I have.
Everyone keeps secrets.
Phone case.
Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I miss you guys.
I know you. God killer.
His
What
belt
is
had
it
a
you
head
want
on it.
from me?
Is that Tyr?
Is it a god of war? You
It
came
is
to
Tyr.
find?
Ah, the dragon people.
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos?
Oh, fuck.
All that blood on your hands,
Aaron?
on your son's hands.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim,
But you don't believe in any of it.
and still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Oh, no, boundaries!
Death can have me
Or the All-Father.
when it earns me.
When it burns me.
Whoa, that thing was huge. Oh, that looks so cool.
What do you even know?
The hell? Is that a frog?
In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you?
All this dialogue.
Can you even imagine that kind of love?
No.
You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
You're describing Kratos not as he is, as he was. Dude. Boy.
A doggy. Two doggies.
Fate only binds you if you let it.
Is he gonna shoot the moon?
Whoa!
Did he shoot the moon with a wolf?
What the hell?
Did the wolf chase the moon?
Do what is necessary.
What just happened?
Mermaids!
Not because it is written.
Whoa, jellyfish!
Oh, Tyr!
A big jelly.
Thor! Oh, man.
That
my
was
back.
Thor!
It's in my back. Oh, shit!
Dude, that's so cool! Dude, a fight with Thor?
November 9th, Eric.
That's sweet.
There was
That's,
so much in that trailer.
yeah, it's a good thing I already played God of War.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Aaron, was that Toby from West Wing?
Oh, is that who you're... I heard you say something that cut out. I didn't know what you were saying. I don't know now.
I'm
It could
pretty
be.
sure that was him. What's his name? Crap, he's such an amazing actor. My back is hyped. I'm sorry.
You're back.
Yeah, they got me. Like they put that little extra hit from fighting Thor just to get me. I think he's playing. To
Richard
me,
Schiff, I believe is his name.
yeah, he's such a great actor. And when they opened that door, I immediately thought Odin. Could he be playing Odin? What amazing casting if that's the case. Dude, those lines were fantastic. Oh, he's such a great actor. That's gonna be amazing. But dude, can we go back to those lines? Because that line, he's like, "Have you ever been worshipped?
Yeah.
Have you ever been prayed to? Do you understand that amount
You don't
of
really
love?"
want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood.
I hear it
God
now.
killer.
Yeah. So this is Tyr, the Norse god of war,
What is
right?
it you want from
Yeah.
me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
And he's more of a pacifist.
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood on your hands, on your son's hands.
Your son's hands?
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just
I ain't
need you
ready
to
for this.
trust me.
Rick, I can't talk about what
We
I want.
follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
Pretender
Dude, listen to Kratos cry here.
for the old father!
Death can have me when it earns me.
Can we pause it for a second?
Death can have
So-
me when it earns me.
I thought you wanted the line.
No, that was the line.
Oh, I thought you wanted what Odin said.
Oh, no, I will say that too, but I kind of wanted to
Oh.
talk about that. Now, I don't want to talk about this so much that we're going to ruin the experience. There's really cool stuff in here that I would love to talk about, but maybe that's something Rick and I can talk about off screen. But I love, we all know the story of Kratos, or at least most of us, right? He got really mad, and he killed all of the pantheon of Greece,
Sure.
right? So I love the idea that he's just like, fuck, all right. And he just fucks off. And other gods are like, oh, fuck. So I love that idea that Odin, when he shows up, like, you don't want war, do you, Kratos? Because he knows who Kratos is. Or I should say, he knows who Kratos used to be.
Yeah.
Because now Kratos is a father.
But now he's more dangerous because he has
Now-
someone to fight for.
Now he, like when
Sure.
he said, do you understand? Like, yeah, we can go ahead and keep playing. But I love that line
What's-
of, go ahead.
What's interesting is that he goes from where he was in the first game. Damn it. All right, we'll watch it. Well, ignore everything I was saying.
You can say it over it.
No.
No, too late.
Of God's word. In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you?
It's so Toby.
Can you even imagine that kind of love? No. You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Okay, pause.
Okay. I didn't want to talk over we were looking for the line.
Yeah, sorry.
so.
Go ahead, Aaron. What were you saying?
It was something about family. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was now. It was something about like, it's interesting him going from like this vengeful over his family,
Yeah.
where he's come from and everything. But now it's like, well, when you
Yeah.
have nothing left to lose and you're vengeful, like that's one side. But when you're protecting something else, there's a whole different side that it can be, And I
See-
find that to be interesting as far as
Yeah.
like if you're comparing what and who Kratos was and why he's fearful or why you should be feared from him to
Yeah.
like now and why you can.
Absolutely.
And I've only really played a little bit into the main game and stuff, but
Mhm.
I thought it was interesting him being like a father looking after this kid and stuff. And I was like,
Exactly.
this is kind of cool. So
And what's interesting is how the pantheon here is going to react, right?
sure,
Because the thing is that in our history, like Norse mythology has a lot of prophecy. There's a lot of like, and then this will happen, and this will happen, and then Ragnarok, right? But when Kratos enters into this pantheon, he fucks everything up. Now you have this young son, this character, which there's some really cool stuff in the first game about him. But Kratos is now his shield. Kratos is now going to protect him. And if that kid is effectively unstoppable, Ragnarok might happen way different, and Odin is going to be pissed. That is a really cool story.
sure.
Is that, like, here's all the shit that should happen. So even if you're a fan of Norse mythology, you're going to be like, oh, cool, well, this will, but that's not the case.
Sure.
Because you have Kratos,
As the
who has already destroyed one pantheon, kind of like being like, hey, don't fuck with my kid. Don't fuck with me. I'll leave you alone. But his kid, as we hear here, like his kid is doing stuff. Kratos doesn't care about it.
Dude,
he doesn't understand.
He shot the moon, and then the
With a
sun
wolf.
fell, and then I'm like, what the hell?
So he chased off a lunar eclipse with a wolf.
Well, yeah, by shooting an arrow.
Yeah.
Like, all right, that's interesting.
That
So,
is
yeah.
so epic.
Apollo brings the sun on his chariot.
Well, that comes up right now. Let's watch that one more time. I was too shocked. I love these characters.
Like this one wolf takes off, doesn't it?
The one beside it does.
Yeah. It just.
Well, in the
It
first
chases-
game, like he has those. He has a wolf. that
He has
fights with.
magic.
Yeah.
But that might be a certain
Yeah, sure.
mermaids.
Because it is written.
Birds that are made of light. A jellyfish. That's a big jellyfish.
And Tyr, you son of a bitch. And then the Mjolnir wielding.
That's really cool.
Thor will make our own destiny.
See, right there, that line. We will make our own destiny. It is not written. Because what does Kratos do in Greece? He fucks everything up, and
He does.
every god is like, "Hey, you can't do that," and he's like, "Try to stop me," and guess what? They don't. That's exactly what's happening here, which is scary, but it's also so fun because he actually
Now,
cares for someone.
Did you play? How many of the old games did you play?
So I started playing God of War, the PS4 version. I started that on a stream, and
Yeah.
then I went and played God of War, the first God of War game.
Yeah.
Then I played a little bit more. I played all of them except for Ghost of Sparta, which is a PSP game, I think.
Did you also play Ascension?
No, I don't.
No?
Well, yeah, actually, no, I did. I played it on PlayStation Now, and I did that separately, not on stream. I did all the other games on stream.
So you did 1, 2, 3, and Ascension, but not
yeah.
Ghost of Sparta?
Yeah, I
I've
didn't
played
do
them
Ghost of
all
Sparta.
except Ascension.
Yeah.
There were 2 PSP games.
Sure,
Ghost of
but
Sparta and
I
another
do
one.
have the lowdown of that story and information. It's not necessarily. You just got to know that Kratos, he got pissed off and he'd kill everyone. They made a mistake of giving him godhood, and I love that Odin is like, has anyone ever actually told you what godhood is? All that Kratos has is incredible power. He doesn't have incredible responsibility until boy.
Yeah, it's true.
What a fantastic game. Corey Balrog, I think, is the guy that is in charge of this. And I watched a 3-hour documentary about that first game, and it was worth every minute. And I cannot wait to play this right here at twitch.tv/blindwave.
Yeah, no, that last God of War game is real good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to more.
Oh, man.
I got to like a giant snake.
Yeah,
That's-
the World Serpent.
That's where I stopped.
Gotcha.
I didn't ever play any more than that.
It would be a fun game, I think, even if you just play it off stream. But
I'll have to, yeah.
yeah, but we had some really cool characters in that game, but it would constantly remind you that, like, hey, you're on the fringe of Norse mythology, and if you actually get into it, like these guys are strong. Like Odin
Sure.
is not to be fucked with.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
they are gods. You
yeah.
know, like he
Sure.
is.
Yeah, they are.
And even in the other God of War games, he is fighting gods.
Yeah.
Is
They're-
what's
I
happening.
mean,
you know.
they're more gods than Kratos is. Kratos is a man that ascended to godhood, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like they were born gods. They are. I don't know how like necessarily like you can walk from one mythology to another like Kratos did, but I love that connection was love. I mean, he fell in love with somebody. He had a child with somebody. you know?
Sure.
I'll tell you how. Alexander the Great and the Romans.
Got it.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool to have like this franchise be able to dive into different god
Yeah.
like mythologies, like Egyptian gods and stuff too. Like you have lots of gods you can pull from for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of different
I-
pantheons.
Yeah, I don't know how many different ones they'd want to do, or if this is like, you know, with this one going now, usually you're always like, well, I imagine the story will end at some point.
Yeah.
But also the way franchises and money works, people keep using it a whole bunch, you know? So I just wonder what more they can do with it too, if they wanted to go further with stories, or if like the Norse gods is where they should end it, you know?
I'm a really big fan of that first game's voice cast too. I'm glad that we have even Boy come back. He's a little older now, but you know that first game had Baldur, and he was played by Daniel Faraday from Lost, and he had such a great performance. But like, there's a certain part when I was playing that game where I'm like, how do you beat this? How do you get a more compelling voice actor? So they get Richard Schiff to be Odin, like this smart, intelligent Jewish man to be the Norse Allfather is such a cool idea because that will immediately bring, like he even had a line here about like a god that doesn't think about his responsibility. You're just a monster. That, you know, a lot of people would call Odin a monster, but he himself would define himself as the bearer of all responsibility, you know?
Sure. He may
Even
divine
though
himself
he might
that
not
too.
be right about that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I cannot wait to see that actor with that role. And knowing they do motion capture is very exciting too.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, maybe
I've
I'll need
gushed
to play
enough.
through those at some point. I've definitely played through some of the older games. I don't think I've
Yeah.
played through all of them. I never
Yeah.
played 3,
Sure.
but I might need to try to get through those again and just check them out. I think I'm more interested in those than I am Assassin's Creed. Especially the older games are a lot more of a linear kind of formatted game, I feel
Yeah.
like, rather than Assassin's Creed is just very
Yeah,
open.
they're a lot more like tightly designed.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah, Eric, if you're interested, my PSP is sitting over there on the shelf, and I have
I'll
the
take it.
games at home.
There was a HD-ified version for like the PS3, which might be available now.
Yeah, I think it might be on PlayStation now. I just haven't finished that one. All right. I'm done.
are we all good
All
on that one now?
I got
See what can
Assassin's Creed.
top that. Yeah, I love that started with a controller as well.
Yeah,
Was that?
I love that.
You did that?
Sure.
I was so disappointed.
It's exactly how it should have gone.
Oh, it's so funny.
But there's a controller coming out with little
Yeah,
wolves
fuck,
on
I'll
it.
get it. Yeah. It's blue too. Like blue.
Blue and white.
I can get another controller despite not having a PS5.